What's up, Scoop Troop, and welcome back to Sheeran Scoop. We're kicking things off with some wild revelations from James Gunn himself about the set of Peacemaker. You won't believe the continuity issue that turned into a major headache for the director, all thanks to a mountain of, well, you'll have to wait and see. Next up, the highly anticipated Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow, is already sparking major fan theories. James Gunn is weighing in on whether the iconic villain Brainiac is set to be the big bad, and his answers are only fueling the speculation about what's next for the Man of Steel. And speaking of visual choices, James Gunn is also setting the record straight on the incredible practical makeup being used for Clayface. We're diving into why this decision was made and what it means for the future of effects in the DCU. Finally, James Gunn is clearing the air on a topic that's caused a stir: the canonicity of the Suicide Squad. Is it part of the new DCU or not? Gunn is laying it all out, and it might surprise you. Stick around for all the juicy details, and after you've got the scoop, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. James Gunn reveals NSFW Peacemaker continuity issue, a major pain in the ass. Filmmaking is a complex dance, and even a genius like James Gunn can face unexpected hurdles. On the latest episode of Peacemaker Season 2, a continuity problem involving a significant amount of cocaine created a logistical nightmare for the director, proving that even the most outlandish plot points can cause real-world production headaches. In Episode 6, the team discovers a massive cocaine bust at Vigilante's hideout. This led to the actors being covered in the prop substance, which then became incredibly difficult to manage for the remainder of the episode. Gunn himself admitted on Threads, keeping the proper amount of cocaine on the actors for the rest of the episode was a major pain in the ass. Even actor Steve Agee humorously shared a photo with the prop drugs, joking about keeping most of it. This contrasts sharply with Marvel's approach, where a similar mention was famously removed from Deadpool and Wolverine, with director Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds cleverly turning the mandate into a meta-joke. Fans are buzzing about this behind-the-scenes revelation, with many praising Gunn's candidness and others marveling at the sheer scale of the prop cocaine. The incident highlights the meticulous attention to detail required in filmmaking, even for seemingly minor plot elements. Don't go anywhere, because the DC universe just keeps unfolding. Next, we're heading into the future with Superman's next chapter and a villainous question mark. Man of Tomorrow, James Gunn addresses Brainiac rumors for Superman's sequel. As anticipation builds for the next chapter of the DC universe, director James Gunn is addressing the swirling fan theories surrounding the upcoming Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. The film's title and an intriguing script cover have fans convinced that the iconic alien android Brainiac will be the primary antagonist, and Gunn's comments are adding fuel to the fire. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly, Gunn acknowledged the fan speculation, stating he wasn't unaware that when I posted the cover of the script that there was going to be discussion around that particular topic. He also revealed that the story will pit David Corenswit's Superman against Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor against a much, much bigger threat, but has kept the nature of this threat under wraps. Gunn previously described the sequel as being as much a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie, further deepening the mystery. The recent artwork by Jim Lay, showing Superman and Luthor together, only adds to the intrigue about their dynamic and the overarching danger. Fans are dissecting every clue, with the anatomical brain image on the script cover being a direct link for many to Brainiac. The film is set to anchor the Superman saga within the new DCU, with production starting in April 2026 and a release date of July 9, 2027, promising a significant new arc for the iconic hero. But the DCU's visual landscape isn't the only thing being discussed. Get ready for a deep dive into practical effects that are making a big splash. James Gunn champions practical makeup for Clayface. In an era dominated by CGI, director James Gunn is championing the power of practical effects, particularly for the upcoming Clayface movie. Set photos have surfaced, and Gunn has confirmed that the striking practical makeup used for the character was a deliberate and non-negotiable choice, even when faced with the possibility of leaks. During an appearance on The Morning After Pod, Gunn discussed the challenges of shooting outdoors and the temptation to rely on CGI for Clayface's injuries to prevent leaks. However, he firmly rejected this idea, questioning the cost-effectiveness and artistic merit. First of all, if some photos leak, and then secondly, like you want to spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on VFX when it's going to look better if it's practical because there's a lot of amazing practical effects in Clayface, he stated. This approach aligns with a growing trend in Hollywood to return to practical effects, driven by rising CGI costs, production delays, and a desire for more tangible, believable on-screen results. The decision has been met with enthusiasm from fans who appreciate the artistry of practical effects, with many anticipating the unique texture and presence it will bring to Clayface. The film is slated for release on September 11, 2026. And speaking of what's canon and what's not, we're about to get some major clarity on a fan-favorite film. James Gunn clarifies the Suicide Squad's canon status in the DCU. James Gunn is setting the record straight on the canonicity of his 2021 film, The Suicide Squad, within the newly established DC universe. While elements from the film and its spin-off Peacemaker have been referenced, Gunn clarifies that the Suicide Squad itself is not fully canon to the DCU, presenting a complex picture for fans. In a recent interview with THR, Gunn explained that while the animated series Creature Commandos and the Peacemaker series are largely canonical, the Suicide Squad is not DCU. He elaborated that the film brings up more questions than answers, and unlike Peacemaker, which is completely DCU, besides the ending and one or two mentions of different things, the Suicide Squad has significant deviations. Despite this, Gunn acknowledged that some parts of the Suicide Squad are indeed canon, evidenced by references to the death of Rick Flag Jr. in Creature Commandos and Peacemaker Season 2. However, he's not interested in exploring storylines where Task Force X teammates seek revenge on Peacemaker for Rick Flag Jr.'s death, as he's already focusing on Peacemaker's guilt through his relationship with Rick Flag Sr. Fans are debating the implications of this news, with some finding it confusing and others appreciating Gunn's deliberate approach to building his new universe. The ongoing discussion highlights the fluid nature of canon in superhero storytelling and Gunn's unique vision for the DCU. That's all the DC Deep Dives for today, but the universe is always expanding. What's next? Stick around for our lightning round recap and your full call to action. All right, Scoop Troop, let's do a lightning-fast recap. James Gunn spilled the tea on a wild Peacemaker continuity issue involving a lot of fake cocaine. We also got hints about Brainiac possibly being the big bad in the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. Plus, Gunn is embracing practical effects for Clayface, and he's finally clarified that the Suicide Squad is not fully canon to the new DCU. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more exclusive scoops, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update, and drop a comment below telling us your favorite DC news. And don't forget to follow us on all our socials.